I don't know how to. Oh, there we go. No, y'all can't see that. Wow. Wow. Mmm. Oh, what the frick? Yeah. Oh no no no. Mm. Mm. I feel bad for Biden right now. He just dude Biden he's Biden. Mm. True. Wow. No, get off my screen. Wow. Wow. I've never heard so much foolishness. Wow. Hold on. Where do I put? Okay, I'll put it in the middle. Hold on. Wait, no. Wait. No. No. Get here.
That day, some of them stormed the Capitol to stop the constitutionally mandated counting of electoral votes. As president, you swore an oath to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend, unquote, the Constitution.
Indeed.
What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions and inaction on January 6th?
It'd be so funny if he just said, go fuck yourself.
Well, I don't think too many believe that. And let me tell you about January 6th. On January 6th...
Here, I'll move out of the way for you. Oh.
Nobody coming through, very few. On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th, we had the lowest taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people.
We're a bunch of stupid people. We're a bunch of dumbass idiots.
Leadership is horrible, including
weaponization,
which I'm sure at some point you'll be talking about, where he goes after his political opponent because he can't beat him fair and square.
You have 80 seconds left. My question was, what do you say to those voters who believe that you violated your constitutional oath through your actions and inaction on January 6, 2021, and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said peacefully and patriotically. And Nancy Pelosi, if you just watched the news from 2 days ago, on tape to her daughter, who's a documentary filmmaker, they say, but she's saying, oh, no, it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this. Because I offered her 10,000 soldiers or National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor of, in writing, by the way, the mayor, in writing, turned it down, the mayor of D.C. They turned it down.
Why'd they do that?
Because I could see, I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people coming. You could feel it. You could feel it, too, and you could feel it. And I said, they ought to have some National Guard or whatever. And I offered it to her. And she now admits that she turned it down. And it was the same day she was, I don't know, she can't be very happy with her daughter because she turned her into a liar. She said, I take full responsibility for January 6th.
President Biden?
Look, he encouraged those folks to go up on Capitol Hill, number one. I sat in the dining room off the Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours watching, begging, being begged by his vice president and a number of his colleagues on the Republican side as well to do something, to call for a stop, to end it. Instead, they talked about these people being patriots and great patrons of America. In fact, he says he'll now forgive them for what they've done. They've been convicted. He says he wants to commute their sentences and say that no. But he went to every single court in the nation. I don't know how many cases, scores of cases, including the Supreme Court, and they said no, this guy is responsible.
What's a better health bar? An Elden Ring health
do a
bar.
Damn thing, and these people should be in jail, and they should be the ones who are being held accountable. And he wants to let them all out. And now he says if he loses again, such a whiner that he is, that it could be a bloodbath.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
What they've done to some people that are so innocent, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people. When they ripped down Portland, when they ripped down many other cities, you go to Minnesota, Minneapolis, what they've done there, with the fires all over the city. If I didn't bring in the National Guard, that city would have been destroyed. When you look at all of they took over big chunks of Seattle. I was all set to bring in the National Guard. They heard that, they saw them coming, and they left immediately. What he said about this whole subject is so off. Peacefully patriotic. One other thing. The Unselect Committee, which is basically
won't let me crop it.
horrible Republicans that are all
Damn it.
gone now,
Well.
out of office, and Democrats, all Democrats, they destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right
Oh!
And the fact
Get
of the
him!
matter is, what he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on up in Capitol Hill. And
Okay.
all those people, every one of those who were convicted, turned over desks, turned them over statues. The idea that those people are patriots, come on. When I asked him the first two debates we had, the debates we had first time around, I said, will you denounce the Proud Boys? He said, no, I'll tell them to stand by. The idea he's refusing, will you denounce these guys? Will you denounce the people we're talking about now? Will you denounce the people who attacked that Capitol? What are you going to do?
I'm going to give you a minute, President Trump, for a follow-up question I have. After a jury convicted you of 34 felonies last month, you said if reelected, you would, quote, have every right to go after, unquote, your political opponents. You just talked about members of the Select Committee on January 6th going to jail. Your main political opponent is standing on stage with you tonight. Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to go after your political opponents?
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon.
Oh!
At a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done. He's done horrible things. All of the death caused at the border, telling the Ukrainian people that we're going to want $1 billion or you change the prosecutor. Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo. That we're not going to do anything. We're not going to give you $1 billion unless you change your prosecutor having to do with the son. This man is a criminal. This man, you're lucky. You're lucky. I did nothing wrong. We'd have a system that was rigged and disgusting. I did nothing wrong.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, you have said, I'm coming right to you, sir. Well, you want to respond? Go ahead. I'll give you a minute to respond.
The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one. Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night
Wow.
while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about?
Oh, he shook his head.
You have the morals of an alley cat.
Morals of an alley
I didn't
cat.
have sex with a porn star, number one. Number two,
She was actually a street whore. She,
a high-ranking official, a DOJ.
she was actually just a prostitute.
That case is going to be appealed and won. We had a very
She was a stripper I met on the side of the street.
the prosecutor were all high-ranking Democrats, appointed people, and both the civil and the criminal. He basically went after
No!
political
It's on my Discord. No.
Who's gonna
Go
damage.
back.
But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are. But when they found out about these cases, you know what they did? My poll numbers went up, way up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of any campaign. I don't think any campaign has ever taken. Hundreds of millions of dollars came pouring in because the public knows it's a scam and it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win fair and square.
Thank you, President.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of presidential elections, to try and get the
Republicans are determined
the upper
to
hand?
destroy American democracy. Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
I mean, yeah, you just kind of fucking
What
answered.
he's done, yes. The more they know about what he's done. And there's a lot more coming. He's got a lot of cases down the road coming around. He's got a whole range of issues he has to face. I don't know what the juries will do, but I do know he has a real problem. And so the fact that, could you ever think you heard any president say that I'm going to seek retribution? Do you ever hear any president say that I thought Hitler had some good ideas? What got me involved to run the first...
He said that? Trump said that?
In Iraq, because of Iraq. I said I wasn't going to run again until I saw what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. People coming out of the woods carrying swastikas on torches, and singing the same anti-Semitic bile they sang when back in Germany. And the young woman got killed. I spoke to the mother, and they asked him. They said, "What do you think of those people? The ones who got killed, the one who tried to stop it, and the ones," he said, "I think they're fine people on both sides."
Wow.
What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying torches, singing the same anti-Semitic bile, carrying swastikas were fine people? This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things. You know what they are. The good things Hitler's done, that's what he said. This guy has no sense of American democracy.
President Trump.
Jake, both of you know that story has been totally wiped out because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on that story. He just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it. It's ridiculous. We have a debate. We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency, he's without question the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country.
He's awful. I've talked to people and
to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it's debunked all over the place.
I'm gonna turn this down.
Every reasonable actor has debunked it. And just the other day it came out where it was fully debunked. It's a nonsense story. He knows that, and he didn't run because of Charlottesville. He used that as an excuse to run.
President Biden?
And debunked. It happened. All you have to do is listen to what was said at the time. And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran. I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected. If he thought they were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, then he didn't deserve to be president. Didn't deserve to be president at all. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated, we saw with our own eyes. We saw what happened on January 6th. We saw the people breaking through the windows. We saw people occupying his own vice president. Look, there's a reason why 40 of his 40...
This makes me sad. I feel like, no offense to either side, but it looks like Biden's about to cry. It looks like he's about to, like, break down.
They know him well. They serve with him. Why are they not endorsing him?
Thank you, President Biden. We're going to be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate.
I'm actually kind of hungry right now. I could eat something. I could go for something to eat. I could go for a little yum yum. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back. I'm gonna get the bite. I hope it doesn't start.
presidential debate live from Georgia. Let's talk about persistent challenges you both faced in your first terms and you'd certainly face again in a second term. President Biden, while black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and black Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
They acknowledge they made a lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is there are more small black businesses that have been started than any time in history. Number two, the wages of black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long, long time. Number three, we're trying to provide housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporations that collude to keep people out of their houses. And in addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that black families have to make relative to child care is incredibly difficult. When we did the first major piece of legislation in the past, I was able to reduce black child care costs. I cut them in half. We got to make sure we provide for child care costs. We got to make sure, because when you provide those child care protections, you increase economic growth because more people can be in the job market. So there's more to be done, considerably more to be done. But we've done a great deal so far, and I'm not letting up, and they know it.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those black families and those black individuals who provided had to take out student loans that were ballooning, that if they were engaged in nursing, doctor, and anything having to do with volunteerism, if they paid their bills for 10 years,
No.
all the rest was forgiven after millions of benefits.
Oh.
And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Heck yeah, more for black families.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation.
Ew.
And he's right, it's been very bad.
Inflation,
He
no.
caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food where it's doubled and tripled and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New Scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18.
What does he mean, black
18,
jobs?
20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you. President Biden?
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 15% unemployment. He decimated the economy, absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation at the time. There were no jobs. We provided thousands of millions of jobs for individuals who are in all communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they have health insurance. We have covered, if the ACA has increased, I made sure that there are $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times. He wants to get rid of the ACA again, and they're going to try again if they win. We find ourselves in a position where
These mashed potatoes are good as hell, I'm not going to lie.
We put more police on the street than any administration has. He wants to cut the cops. We're providing for equity and making sure people have a shot to make it. There's a lot going on, but in inflation, he caused it by his tremendous malfeasance in the way he handled the pandemic.
Thank you. Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis. 2023 was the hottest year in recorded history, and communities across The country are
Nope,
confronting
this
the
year.
devastating effects of extreme heat, intensifying wildfires.
This
stronger
year. This year was
hurricanes, and
hotter.
rising
This
sea
year was
levels.
hotter.
Former President Trump, you've vowed to end your opponent's climate initiatives, but will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
Well, let me just go back to what he said about the police, how close the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every state is supporting Donald J. Trump. Almost every police group.
That's not a good look on you. That's not really a good look on you.
Is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. We can't, in the 1990s, we can't forget that. Super predators was his name, and he called it to them for 10, and they've taken great offense at it, and now they see it happening. But when they see what I did for criminal justice reform and for the historically black colleges and universities, where I funded them and got them all funded, and the opportunity zones with Tim, as you know, Tim Scott was incredible. He did a great job. Great senator from South Carolina.
I'm sorry, Biden.
Came to me with the idea.
Biden, it's okay, man. Don't cry. It's okay.
Economic development acts ever in the country, opportunity zones, and the biggest beneficiary are blacks, and that's why we have the best numbers with them in maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where ever the best numbers. He's lost much of the black population because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But wait till you see these millions of people pouring into our country, and they're going to take the jobs, and it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
You've 38 seconds left. President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had we had H2O. We had the best numbers ever, and we were using all forms of energy, all forms, everything. And yet, during my 4 years, I had the best environmental numbers ever. And my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on the stage, actually.
Hold on.
I don't know where the hell he's been. The idea
Wow.
that anything he said is true. I've passed the most extensive climate change legislation in history. We find ourselves, and by the way,
Oh, you guys can see me. Hold on.
Colleges. I came up with $15 billion for HBCUs, historic black universities and colleges.
Hold on.
They don't have the kind of contributors that they have to.
Oh wait, no, wrong way. Frick.
Laboratories and the like. Any black student capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just have the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech. We're in a situation where the idea that
Who do you think you're talking to?
Not claiming to have done something that had the cleanest water.
Sorry, I got angry.
Cleanest water.
Cleanest water. Ooh.
Out of the Paris Peace Accord.
Sassy.
I immediately joined it because if we reach 1.5 degrees Celsius at any one point, there's no way back. The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't.
I'm actually really hungry.
I'm
actually really hungry right now.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion, and China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing. It was a ripoff of the United States. And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treat us horribly. We were the only ones. It was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it. And it was a disaster. But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors.
Yay.
The seniors.
Low insulin.
What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
The idea is that we, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence who were not members of the Paris Accord. How can we do anything if we're not able to? The United States can't get its under control. One of the largest polluters in the world, number one.
I could just put it in front of me, actually.
By 2035, we will have cut pollution in half. We have made significant progress, and we're continuing to make progress. We set up a climate corps for thousands of young people who learn how to deal with climate, just like the Peace Corps. And we're moving in directions that are going to significantly change the elements of cause of pollution. But the idea that he claims that he has the biggest heart up here, and he's really concerned about pollution and about climate. I've not seen.
Oh, wait, no, I'm looking the wrong way.
And by
Oh.
the way,
Oh.
with regard to prescription drugs, one company
Dude, quit moving the camera.
reduced the price to $35, which I was calling for. One voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
So
Say it. Why do you not say anything?
many older Americans, Social Security provides a critical lifeline. President Biden, if nothing is done to Social Security, seniors will see their benefits cut in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific step that you're willing to take?
Oh, wait, wrong
to
one.
keep
Okay.
Social Security solvent.
yes, make
No.
wealthy begin to pay their fair share.
No, kill old people.
Right now,
They need to die.
making under
I'm thirsty, actually.
$100,000 pay 6% of their income, of their paycheck, every single time they get a paycheck from the time the first one they get when they're 18 years old. The idea that they're going to, I've been proposing that everybody, they pay, the millionaires pay 1%. So no one after, I would not raise the cost of Social Security for anybody under $400,000. After that, I began to.
Bro, you see that guy?
pay their fair share.
Bro, what's he talking about, bro?
1% beyond to be able to guarantee the program for life.
So you still have 82 seconds left. Are there any other
82? When they get so much time?
Keep Social Security solvent, or is that one enough?
Well, no, that one enough will keep it solvent, but the biggest.
Holy
thing is
crap,
he
shut
wants to
up,
keep
Biden.
his hand Because he wants to get
Dude.
rid of Social Security. He thinks there's plenty to cut. In
Hold on.
Social Security.
Imagine it was me
He
saying
wanted
that.
to
My
cut
thoughts so
Social
far,
Security and Medicare, both times.
whenever Joe Biden starts talking, sometimes it makes me sad 'cause it sounds like he's about to cry.
The House Republican caucus that he, I believe, supports is in fact want to cut it as well. The idea that we don't need to protect our seniors is ridiculous. And by the way, the American public has greater health care coverage today than ever before. And on the ACA, as I said, you're in a circumstance where 400,000 people, 40 million people would not have insurance because they have a pre-existing condition. Only thing that allows them to have that insurance is the fact that they, in fact, are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other thing is, we're in a situation where I talk about education for black communities. I've raised the number.
Talking about me.
Programs.
He's talking about me.
So anybody making under $70,000 a year is going to be able to get $15,000
Hold on.
tuition.
Look at my forehead.
He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a fucking idiot.
Politicians, all my life, I've been on this side of the equation for the last.
When you were a baby, you were dealing with politicians. That's kind of weird.
I've never
How's he
seen
doing that?
anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He could look you in the face. About so many other things too.
Okay.
And we mentioned.
Dude, my forehead's massive. Hold on.
Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made.
Hold on. Don't look at my
Total
forehead,
lie
guys.
on the
Please.
military. It's a
Just don't.
disgrace.
As a favor, please don't look at my forehead.
He's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid. They're putting them in our hospitals. They're taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans, is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street, and these people are living in luxury hotels. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's really coming back. I've never seen such anger in our country before.
President Biden?
The idea that veterans are not.
President Biden, fuck you.
Before. By the way, when I said suckers and losers, he said he acknowledged
Hold on.
that he fired that general. That general got fired because he's the one who's acknowledged that that's what he said. He was the one standing with Trump when he said it. Number one. Number two, the idea that we're going to be in a situation where all these millions and millions, the way he talks about it,
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
And taking
This guy
away
doesn't know what he's
jobs.
talking about,
There's a
dude.
reason why we have the fastest growing economy.
Please don't. Dude, I told you not to look at my
Why we
forehead.
have the most successful economy in the world. We're doing better than any other nation in the world. And by the way, those 15 Nobel laureates he talked about being phony, those 15 Nobel laureates, economists, they all said that if Trump is reelected, we're likely to have a recession and inflation.
No.
And by the way, worst president in history, 159 presidential scholars voted him the worst president in the history of the United States of America.
President Biden, thank you so much.
That's what
turn
you're
to
gonna do?
Child care, which many American families struggle to afford. President Trump,
Oh, wait, no, I'm not
you
child
and
anymore.
President Biden have tried to address this
How are you
issue,
talking about me?
but the average cost of childcare in this country has risen to more than $11,000 a year per
You guys like my
child
microphone
for
arm?
many
How about I
families.
make it like the
The
only
cost of
thing you can see?
childcare for 2 children is more than their rent. In your second term, what would you do to make childcare more affordable?
Nothing.
Just think about it. The general got fired because he was no good. And if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say it, and they're very
Oh wait,
highly
hold on.
respected.
I know where to
much
put.
more
I know where to
so
put my
than-
camera.
The other thing is, he doesn't fire people. He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people
Sorry,
at
that
the
was
FBI
disgusting. I
during
should
the
cover my
swamp.
mouth.
They were no
Sorry, guys.
good. Not easy to fire people. You'd pay a price for it, but they were no good. I inherited these people. I didn't put them there. I didn't put.
Look at my
Comey
elbow.
there.
My
He was
elbow's
no
kind of
good.
dry.
I fired
That
him.
dead skin.
This guy hasn't fired anybody. He never
I'm
fired-
shedding.
He should have fired.
Holy
every
crap! I'm
military
shedding.
man that was involved with that Afghan,
So sparkly.
the Afghanistan.
Sorry, I need to focus
horror
on.
show.
Need to focus on the
Most
future of my
embarrassing
country.
Moment in the history of our country. He didn't fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world? Did anybody get fired? for
Stop
allowing 15
making
million
fun of
people,
him.
Many from prisons, many from mental institutions. Did you fire anybody that allowed
Stop
our country to be
making
destroyed?
fun of him.
Our country is being destroyed.
No,
As you and I
stop.
sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said about me because I said it. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little. A little bit, like this much. It's insignificant. He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters. And I don't think we just can't let it happen. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He is the worst in history by far.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden?
We are the most admired country in the world. We're the United States of America. There's
Ow, I
no
hit my ankle.
capacity. We're
Oh,
the
no more.
finest
No more of
country in
that.
the history
No more of that. Ow.
The finest in the history
Ow.
of the world.
Ouch.
No one
That's
fits with
gonna leave a bruise.
No one wants to screw around with us. Nobody.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, the idea that we're talking about worst presidents. I wasn't joking. Look it up or go online. 159 or 58, don't hold me the exact number, presidential historians. They've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. One through best.
Wait, I want to wait till it gets on
They
like
said he
somebody's
was
face.
the worst in all of American history. That's a fact. That's not conjecture. He can argue they're wrong, but that's what they voted. The idea that he is doing anything to deal with child care, he did virtually nothing to child care. We should significantly increase the child care tax credit. We should significantly increase the availability of women and men or single parents to be able to go back to work. And we should encourage businesses to have.
Thank you, President
childcare
Biden.
facilities.
President Trump, the question was about what would you do to make child care more affordable, if you want to take your minute.
Just so you understand, we have polling, we have other things that they rate.
Just so you understand, this guy's the guy that I'm arguing with is actually a massive fucking idiot. Just so you understand, the guy that I'm talking to, this guy over here, he's a massive idiot. He's actually really stupid, and you shouldn't believe him. Why is he smiling? That's actually wholesome. That is actually really wholesome. Oh my gosh, you're so wholesome, Biden.
He wants to raise your taxes by 4
Biden.
times. He wants to raise
Oh,
everybody's
that's not good.
taxes by 4 times. He wants the Trump tax cuts to a
Trump!
there. So everybody, including the two of you, are going to pay 4 to 5 times. Nobody ever
My
heard of this
eyes,
before.
holy crap,
All
wait.
my
I
life,
need a
I
little
grew
light
up
on
and
me.
I see politicians talking about
Brighter,
cutting taxes.
brighter.
When we cut taxes, as I said, we did more business. Apple and all these companies, they were bringing money back into our country. The worst president in history.
I got like a
by
black
far,
eye.
and everybody knows it.
President Biden?
Look, fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong about. He's increased the tariff. He will increase the taxes on middle class people. I said I'd never raise a tax on anybody making less than $400,000. I didn't. But this tariff is 10% tariffs. Everything coming in the country, you know what the economists say? That's going to cost the average American $2,500 a year more because they're going to have to pay the difference in food and all the things that are important. Number two, he's in a situation where he talks about how he has not raised, he somehow helped the middle class. The middle class have been devastated by you. Now you want a
No.
tax cut of $5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt the country.
You don't mean that, do you?
Largest deficit
You're not gonna do that, right?
in American history, number one. Number two, you have not, in fact, made any contact, any progress with China. We are the lowest trade deficit with China since 2010.
Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden. Let's discuss an epidemic impacting.
That's disgusting. I don't want to do that anymore.
Have made a top priority in your first term, the opioid crisis, and for both of you. All
right, guys. I have a question. Don't answer it too weirdly. Don't be too weird, okay? Are my muscles big?
Under your term, it went up. Under your term, it has gone up.
My muscles really big. Don't tell anybody, though. Don't tell me I did that.
More than 100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year, primarily from fentanyl and other opioids. What will you do to help Americans right now in the throes of addiction who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
To finish up, we now have the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy. We have the largest deficit with China.
Oh, I know. I need to move.
He gets paid by China.
It's getting boring.
He's a Manchurian candidate. He gets money from China. So I think he's afraid to deal with them or something. But do you notice he never took out
I'm not
the
itching
tariffs
anything
because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries, and there was more to come, but he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country, and he's got the worst situation with China. China's going to own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us, destroying our country.
So, President Trump, you had 67 seconds left. The question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before, any country, in every way. And then we had to get tough. And it was the drugs pouring across the border it started to increase. We got great equipment. We bought the certain dog that's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen, the way they can spot it. We did a lot. And we were getting very low numbers, we were getting very low numbers, very, very low numbers. Then he came.
Oh, I said, dude, I accidentally opened CapCut. I opened like 3 different things.
That I believe is even low.
Here, I'm gonna close out of Steam.
They don't even talk about gotaways.
What happens if I close out of OBS?
Of the amount of drugs and human trafficking in women coming across our border.
Not good.
The worst thing I've ever seen, at numbers that nobody's ever seen under him because the border's so bad. But the number of drugs coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had by far.
President Trump, thank you. President Biden?
Fentanyl and the byproducts of fentanyl went down for a while.
Sure.
And I wanted to make sure we use the machinery that can detect fentanyl, these big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border. And it cost a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together, this bipartisan deal. More fentanyl machines, more be able to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of all the people at the border. And when we had that deal done, he called his Republican colleagues, said, don't do it. It's going to hurt me politically. No, he never argued it's not a good bill. It's a really good bill. We need those machines. We need those machines. And we're coming down very hard in every country in Asia in terms of precursors for fentanyl. And Mexico is working with us to make sure they don't have the technology to be able to put it together. That's what we have to do. We need those machines.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, and again, the question is about Americans in the throes of addiction right now struggling to get the treatment they need.
Well, this
Didn't fucking say a thing about that.
He ended Remain in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico, not catch and release here. We had so many things that we had done, hard negotiations with Mexico, and I got it all for nothing. It's just like when you have a hostage. We always pay $6 billion for a hostage. Every time we say it's a hostage. Now we have a hostage.
Can it move that little bar?
I think a good guy. And he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars for the reporter. I will have him out very quickly as soon as I take office. Before I take office, I said by literally as soon as I win the election, I will have that reporter out. He should have had him out a long time ago, but Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars because this guy pays it every time. We had 2 cases. We paid $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
Thank you, President Trump. Dana?
Let's turn to concerns that voters have about each of you. President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term.
Wow, happy birthday.
Address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s.
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that
Wow.
just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment.
They could have at least cropped the photo where I got it. God, that sucks.
A lot of people. Well, the whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market. We invented those chips, and we lost it because he was sending people to find the cheapest jobs overseas and then bring home a product. So I went to South Korea. I convinced Samsung to invest billions of dollars here in the United States, and guess what? Those fabs they call that to build these chips. Those fabs pay over $100,000. You don't need a college degree for them, and there's billions. About $40 billion already being invested and being built right now in the United States, creating significant jobs for Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems and all our opportunities.
Pakistan. Oh, wait, no. Switzerland, or wherever that one
We're
place
the strongest country in the world. We're a country in the world who keeps our word, and everybody trusts us. All of our allies and those who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, we send love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want to screw around.
He's calling him gay.
Thank you. Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public.
He's smiling. You're so wholesome, Biden.
A real easy one. Like, go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health.
What's the wood?
Won
Weirdo.
2 club championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to
Quite
hit the
smart.
ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced him. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 225 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
Oh, that was a good one.
Of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I had, how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Let's
not
not
act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn
Let's not act like children.
to a specific concern that voters have about you.
These are the people talking about the rest of my life. These are the people that are going to be making the rules for my life. And they're arguing about who's better at golf.
You will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable.
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, And also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden.
I use Twitter. Trump. Trump, have you ever noticed me? I use Twitter too.
The largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. But the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad. His military policies are
Why'd that guy use
insane.
a key?
Insane.
I mean, he's on a good runs, but
he will drive us into
actually,
World
yeah, I
War
can see why he
III.
did. He is
We're
pretty
closer to
far.
World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us there. And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want a World War III, let him follow and win, and let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just do what you want. There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is attack on all, and required response. The idea, I can't think of a single major leader in the world who wouldn't trade places with the job I've done and what they've done. Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful peace. Because of the people, not me. It's because of the American people. They're capable of anything. And they step.
You see, this is Schrodinger's retarded old windbag. Because Trump is being so negative that he's just like literally, he's like, oh, everything's so over. This nation's gonna explode and crash and burn. And then Biden, you know, probably not that bad, Trump. But and then Biden's like, everything's amazing, everything's great, even though it's not. But
The question was, will you accept the results of this
bruh.
election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia, they took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden. They took no land, nothing from Trump, nothing. He knew not to do it.
Who's Trump?
I'm not going to play games
Oh,
with
wait,
me. He knew
sorry.
that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started, ever, with me. And he's going to take Ukraine. And, you know, you asked me a question before, would you do this with... He's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia. Because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not been watching really the debate that much. I've been watching the squash down Subway Surfers on my OBS, and it's kind of fun.
They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions.
Is he talking about like a Gartha or something, dude? What is the beautiful cities with golden domes? Is that a Gartha?
Regardless of who wins, yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely. There's nothing.
Don't make.
It would be much easier.
Use the keys. Use the keys. You can always get more. Use them.
Then
Use the keys. Or
wasn't
watch an
against
ad or
Biden
something. Oh
until I
my
saw the
God.
horrible
What an
job
idiot.
he did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the first time,
You're a whiner.
You continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit. State or local, None. You continue to provoke this lie about somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence of that at all. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea of never accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you when you lost the last time.
We'll be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate, live from Georgia.
I'm not gonna lie. Trump got bitched at the end. That was fucked up. Oh, my finger. Ow. I couldn't control it for a second. My finger was moving on its own. It makes me want to open CSGO cases. My finger's doing something really weird, guys. I can't control it. It's making me open a case. I need to run for president. No! Don't look, guys. Don't look. No, go back. Go back to the Trump. Man, I love the presidential debate. Is DJ Spit watching it too? Hell yeah. This is amazing. This is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hold on. Don't look. Don't look, guys. Don't look. Should I play something while I wait? Is it better to start again? What are some games I could play? Don't look at my search history. I mean, I don't really give a fuck if you do. I don't got nothing to hide. What game is there to play? Wait, are they talking?
Coin toss. We're going to begin with you, President Biden. You have 2 minutes.
Why'd he moan?
Progress. The debacle that was left by Trump.
All right, hold on, guys.
We find ourselves in a situation where, number one, we have to make sure that we have a fair tax system. I ask anyone out there in the audience or anyone out watching this debate, do you think the tax system is fair? The fact
No!
nobody even making under $400,000 had a single penny increase in their taxes and will not. And if I'm reelected, that'll be the case again. But this guy has increased your taxes because of the deficit,
Oh.
He's increased inflation because of the debacle he left after the way he handled the pandemic. And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10% tariff on everything that comes into the United States of America. What I did, when, for example,
I didn't mean to leak DMs. I'm sorry.
The ability of Medicare.
I'm sorry.
To,
It was an accidental.
For the ability for us to be able to
Hold on.
negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies. Well, guess what? We got it down to $35 for insulin instead of $400. No more than $2,000 for every senior, no matter how much prescription they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal debt by $160 billion over 10 years because the government doesn't have to pay.
I stand with Biden. Go Biden.
Every senior, all along.
Sorry, that was weird, guys.
Everybody in America, he wants to get rid of that. I'm going to make sure that we have child care. We're going to significantly increase the credits people have for child care. I'm going to make sure we do something about what we're doing on lead pipes and all the things that are causing health problems for people across the country. We're going to continue to fight to bring down inflation and give people a break.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was broke. Anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, for terror, no money whatsoever. Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times. The whole country is exploding because of you, because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations that gave jobs, but he's putting a lot of those regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from a medical standpoint, right to try, where we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was incredible. Choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves.
Okay.
And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Thank you, former President Trump, President Biden. Stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett starts now on CNN.
Where should I put this? Here, I'll hide it behind. This is fucked up. Oh, I didn't mean to.
The president and former president making their way off the CNN debate stage. Looks like Jill Biden, the first lady, has come out. Former President Trump walking off the stage. The first debate of the 2024 campaign and the earliest presidential debate ever now in the books and in front of the voters. Tonight, along with Aaron Burnett, the first word on what those voters might make of it from our political professionals, from our CNN Flash Poll and Swing State Focus Group. We'll be talking to surrogates, including Vice President Harris, getting fact checks from our Daniel Dale, and new reporting from inside both campaigns. With me here, political commentator Scott Jennings, Kate Bedingfield, David Urban, Van Jones, Alyssa Farr Griffin, and news anchor Abby Phillip, and David Axelrod, and CNN Chief National Correspondent
I love
John
this game.
King. John, let me start with you. Your thoughts?
This is amazing.
Anderson, this was a game-changing debate in the sense that right now, as we speak, there is a deep a wide and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists, it involves elected officials, it involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's
Okay.
which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket, and they're having conversations about what.
No, wrong way.
Some of those conversations.
Yay!
Should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about should prominent Democrats go public with that call because they feel this debate was
Watch
so
this.
terrible. They do
Boing.
say in moments in the debate later, the president got better and got his footing, but then at the end, even his closing statement was a little halting. The contrast between the two candidates. Let me be clear. None of them, and a lot of Republicans, don't think
It's
Donald
like,
Trump Donald Trump
whoa.
broke the fact-check machine more than I can count tonight. That will be on the record as we go forward. He refused to answer some very specific and direct questions about his conduct, about January 6th and what all. So that will be dealt with out there. And sometimes
Sure, he
there's a
did forget to do
universe
some things.
between the political elites and the American people. It'd be nice to see what the voters say. But I can tell you, it started minutes in. It started with the first couple of answers, and it has continued throughout the night from a, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, to what do we do about this? And it involves very senior people in the Democratic Party, including elected officials, saying we have a problem.
And just to co-sign what John is saying, I mean, the panic that I am hearing from Democrats is not like anything that I have heard.
Nobody's panicking. Quit lying.
And a lot of it has to do with, first of all, there was a deep frustration about Trump's lies. I mean, he lied a lot tonight. But the problem for Biden was that Trump was able to take sometimes incredible falsehoods and turn them into some kind of argument, whereas Biden's answers were, in a lot of cases, not coherent. Deeply.
What do you mean? They were both speaking.
To, take pretty straightforward.
Are both sides just stupid? I think this might be why I don't get into politics, because both sides are dumb. Literally, both of them did okay. This debate was fine.
Tonight, that there's been some real damage done that cannot be undone.
There was no damage done. Nobody cares.
Perception among voters, but especially among his base.
Ooh,
they were hoping that tonight would be a game changer. They are now seeing a president
ooh, that was cool.
who is in the White House, who they do not necessarily believe can do this for another 4 years.
David Axelrod?
Look, I can't argue with either of them about how Democratic leaders are reacting to this poll. We said at the beginning that each person had a fundamental goal, and for Biden, that goal was to appear energetic, engaged, and look like someone who is capable of serving for another 4 years for president. That was job number one. I actually think he scored a bunch of points. I think if you just judge this on sort of policy stuff, he did score a bunch of points on issues like abortion, for example, on some of the economic
this sucks. This game sucks.
There is a feeling. I think there was a sense of shock, actually, at how he came out at the beginning of this debate, how his voice sounded. He seemed a little disoriented. He did get stronger as the debate went on, but by that time,
Why are they talking about him like he's a 5-year-old? I think both, dude. This is why I don't do politics, because this is stupid. This is why I don't play this game, because there we go. Boing, boing, boing.
Either he could not resist the temptation to be nasty, to prevaricate about a whole bunch of things, about his own record, about Biden's record, and to seem petty and small at times. So what you saw was
up the stairs. Oh, watch this. You better walk up the stairs.
A president who may not be able to take advantage of it.
Listen, if anybody in America thinks that was even close to being an okay debate by Joe Biden, I'm living in a parallel universe. That was an unmitigated disaster for President Biden from the second.
No, it wasn't. They both had.
The biggest issue for Democrats is abortion, and he couldn't give an answer. He gave an answer he couldn't even give a coherent answer on the biggest issue for Democrats tonight.
I don't think that's the biggest issue. I don't think that's the biggest issue. I don't think that's the biggest issue for Democrats. I don't think that's the biggest issue for Democrats. I don't think that's the biggest issue for Democrats, okay? I think that my biggest issue... I don't know, actually. Let's just play more Stickman Hook.
If he he's
Hold
on
on.
the ticket. I don't know how it's going to work.
You need to quit talking.
Yeah, look, it was a really disappointing debate performance from Joe Biden.
All
I
right.
don't think there's any other
Mm.
way to slice it. His biggest issue that he had to prove to the American people was that he had the energy, he had the stamina, and he didn't.
He sounded like a grandpa. Quit being mean to him. He's so baba.
And I think for a lot of Democrats, that's very disappointing. I will say Donald Trump also had some really rough moments in this debate. And talking to the Biden campaign, they say their dials started really moving away from Trump as he was increasing his personal attacks on Biden. So I think there was a lot about his kind of character and the kind of personal nastiness that he was putting on display. That doesn't help him with the swing voters that he needs.
True. Can I get a true in chat? Oh shit. Never mind. I don't want a true in the chat. Never mind. If you sent true, die.
Problematic answers about January 6th, some really problematic answers about Putin. So, Donald Trump did not get off scot-free tonight by any stretch. But look, there is no two ways about it. That was not a good debate for Joe Biden.
Ben?
I went the wrong way.
Joe Biden. I work for Joe Biden.
Beat.
He
That's
didn't
so
do well at all.
true.
He did not do well at all, and he looked. I'll give you the analysis. You kind of have the old man versus the con man.
Hell yeah.
I can walk you through how I'm supposed to see it and say it, but I just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy. That's a good man.
Hey, I love Joe Biden too.
He's doing the best that he can, but he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that.
Do you guys hear that he actually denied Biden actually denied a drug test? He didn't want to take a drug test. I swear to God, he must have been like popping perks in the bathroom, like in between the commercial breaks, he was popping a perk or some shit.
But that was
Man.
not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not.
What do you mean it's
pain of what we saw tonight?
What do you mean it's painful? This was just a normal debate. There's nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with this debate, dude.
Tuned out, and millions of people are having conversations with their families, with their friends, of if the president is up to the task and if he should step aside. And I'm someone who believes the former president is a threat to democracy. I think he is a threat to the America as we know it. He wants to fundamentally change our institutions. He has laid out what his plan is. I am not confident that that is the man to take him on. You cannot tell me democracy is on the line and then give that performance tonight. If, based on that, in 18 weeks, Donald Trump will be the president-elect.
The people doing focus groups tonight, and we'll see if our dial group with Laura Coates confirms this, say that Biden actually scores pretty well on the issues when he's talking about the substance. And Trump's numbers went down both because he was ducking questions, he was lying about some things, and he was refusing to answer. And some of it was the tone. They don't like him. So when you see that, when you see sort of the statistics, you're going to look at like, oh, that's a mixed bag. But to Vance's point about the president's performance, that's what caused the panic. So the question is, and my question actually is, what happens? Because to his
Dude, my fingers keep doing this weird thing. They actually just keep like twisting and contorting in a weird way. I don't like it. See, they're doing it again. I'm magic.
I don't know who it is who could go to Joe Biden and say, you need to do this, number one. And the question is, again, like, I'm just telling you, to Abby's point, I've been doing
That's
this
fucked
for
up.
30-something
That's a
years,
horrid
going
thing
on
to
40
say
years,
about
and I've
someone.
ever had what
Loki,
happened.
that's a nasty thing to say about someone.
It started early and it continued.
What do you mean when? What do you mean when?
These are people who love Joe Biden, who credit Joe Biden for kicking Donald Trump out of the White House. They're Democrats. The Democratic Party is a very diverse party. It fights about a lot of things. It has generational issues. It's had regional issues and everything else. The thing that unites the Democratic Party is trying to keep Donald Trump from getting back into the White House. They love Joe Biden for kicking him out. They don't want him back. They came into this debate nervous. Biden was in a weak position. They leave this debate panicked.
John, if you love the guy, how could you put him out there?
That's hard.
If you love him, if you love Joe Biden, if that was my father,
Hold on.
put a guy in that situation.
It's a great point. These guys know this better. These guys know this better because they talk to them. There's this legacy in the Democratic Party.
Hold on, guys.
Because when it's happened in the past,
You better upload that apology video.
And then the incumbent has lost the general election.
All right, this guy.
That helped make
You can't see my cursor. Dang it.
Because there was a feeling that if there were a primary, that would weaken, that Biden would probably win, but it would weaken him in a general election. And so there were people who could have run and didn't run because the history of that is bad.
Okay, hold on.
He is the nominee.
I'll show you guys who I don't like. This guy looks like Bill Clinton. Did he come back? Did Bill Clinton come back?
He can decide whether he's going to continue. And
It's actually pretty awesome if he did.
And as Kate knows very well, this is a guy with a lot of pride.
This guy, I hate him. He actually sucks. He's so angry for nothing. Are they out? Are they? Oh, I was about to say. Never mind. Never mind. That would have been stupid. I was gonna say, are they actually outside? Are they actually like?
Also, it was an atypically bad performance. Okay, and it was also
Nuh-uh.
So yes, was it an important night? Yes, but it was one night in the course of a campaign. So I think let's see how voters react to it. Let's see how voters react to it.
Hold on. Oh no! Come back. Okay. Thanks, guys.
It's the one night that helped confirm people's fears. It's the one night that everybody was watching. That was essentially, you know, Trump said you ought to take
Trust,
the test.
guys.
That was his test, and people are going to feel that he came up wanting, not on the substance. I think he actually won on the substance. I don't think Trump did well.
This is true. This is true.
A lot of active Democrats is, man, we can beat this guy, but I don't know if we can beat him with the press.
Scott, we haven't heard from you.
When we came on before this debate, I said I thought this candidacy was teetering. And everybody jumped on.
Oh, dude, they keep changing the camera angle. I need them to do that. Watch.
And I just, the candidacy has fallen. Okay. Man, I know you're speaking from your heart.
Get that out of my face.
I'm worried about the president. We should pray for the president.
I'm looking the wrong way.
I think his advisors, I think the White House, and I think his family have a lot of explaining to do to their party and to the American people. This night, this one night, was caused by and asked for by the Biden team. They wanted this night. And this is what we got. We have been told for weeks by Democrats who say, oh, in private meetings, I've seen Joe Biden do cartwheels and handstands while doing trigonometry while solving all the nation's problems. We now know that every single person who said that has been lying to the American people.
Including Kevin McCarthy?
We've been told, Kate.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Kate, everything we've been told about his mental acuity.
That guy next to me.
And everything we think we know.
Oh, he's not there anymore. Dang it.
I got a
Dude.
text from a friend. She's not terribly political. She'd maxed out to Biden in the last election because she hates Donald Trump. She said,
In chat, are you guys gonna? Oh, never
I will
mind.
never forgive
Never mind.
the Democratic Party for this election. If the Democrats truly believe that he is an existential threat to democracy, and that's not just some talking point, they will wake up in the morning and they will do something else because this is not sustainable.
That's another point about there are Democrats who are panicking, and then there are a lot of Republicans who did not want to vote for Donald Trump, who do not want to vote for Donald Trump, who are also panicking tonight. I heard from one who said, this is scary. That's how it was
I'm getting
described
tired.
to me. And
I'd
so
second that.
10:50.
there were a lot of those feelings, not just from the base of the party, but other people who really think that there should be an alternative to Trump, who they think is dangerous. And that's the other part of what is unfolding tonight in terms of the panic that is out there.
Guys, I already have, coming into this debate, support for third-party candidates. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. highest, and then Jill Stein and Cornel West nowhere near as close. But if you add it all up, you get into the teens in most states when you do that. I think one byproduct out of this is watch and see if those numbers go up a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to go up anywhere like a Perot standard, but you get to third-party candidates getting into double digits, then that's really starts to twist your electoral math state depending on who they're drawing from state by state. Guys, this was already a very complicated race. This is within number one, the biggest complication right now is the conversation with the Democratic Party. But the other complication is going to be if Joe Biden stays put, and Kate's right, maybe it'll be another debate. I'm not sure Donald Trump's going to agree to a second debate. Biden's going to need it now. I'm not sure Trump's going to agree to it if the dynamics of the race change.
They'll never
and I would
meet
also
again.
watch the third party.
I
again.
just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Especially to you two guys. If, for whatever reason, there's a change at the top of the ticket, you guys are in trouble with Donald Trump, because the guy who was up there tonight is not a guy who's going to inspire people. He did not show in any way that he has changed from the guy who people don't have a very positive opinion of for a lot of good reasons.
I think Donald Trump won several policy exchanges tonight.
I think Donald Trump.
He did well on immigration. I think he did well on.
I think Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump did this. I think Donald Trump did this. Dude, my whole setup shaking. Okay. I need to quit. All right, I'll grow up. I You need to
And
grow
on
up.
image,
Lock in.
he should have turned the page and sounded an optimistic.
Let's
note
get
about
serious
what
here,
we can
guys.
become
This is a
as
very
political
serious
landscape
night.
country. He did not do that. He continued to pummel Joe Biden all night. I understand what you're saying. But at the end of the night, very few things about the policy exchanges is going to be remembered. People are going to remember Joe Biden. They're going to remember him shuffling out. They're going to remember him staring blankly into the camera. They're going to remember him.
They both looked in the camera. There's a camera there for a reason.
And they're going to remember that everything I thought I knew, but the White House told me don't believe my own eyes, is actually true.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I said.
Or maybe some people just don't care that much about politics, man.
We're not the candidate. If there was another candidate, I think Donald Trump would be in deep.
Yeah, but
trouble.
actually,
If there was another candidate.
That is such a sad state of affairs. Something I was
Yes, real.
hearing is
Hold
what
on.
a bad debate in the sense that Donald Trump lied throughout. He misrepresented. He tried to turn away from key points that he should have given answers on and kept deflecting. With any normal generic Democrat next to him, I don't think he would have won the night. But you put somebody who was suffering from the moment that they got out. It was hard to watch. I had to occasionally look away.
Don't.
It was so uncomfortable. I think America deserves better than the options that are in front of them. It's really devastating. And by the way, our allies are watching.
Yeah, look, I mean, the way that I would try to phrase it if I were less emotional is Biden stuttered, but he told the truth. He looked terrible, but his policies were good. Trump spoke plainly, but he lied the whole time. And he looked good, but his policies were terrible. I mean, he's going to do nothing on climate change. He was hugging the cactus on abortion. I mean, his policies are terrible. So you have somebody who probably shouldn't be president, and you have somebody who cannot be president in terms of what Donald Trump represents. So
That was real. This guy's on to something.
for people to come together and figure this out. Because
That's
neither
beautiful.
one of those
That is a.
people right now are inspiring the confidence that they should inspire, that they can do the job in a way that would be good for the country.
But young voters are up
Oh,
for
I can't
grabs
kiss him.
in this election.
I don't have enough
I
time.
don't know a voter under 30 who would have watched tonight and could say, I have confidence in Joe Biden and casting my vote for 4 more years of Biden.
Well, that's the whole reason that this debate exists. That's the whole reason this happened.
Remains the candidate. You're not voting for Joe Biden. You are voting for President Kamala Harris. Let's be honest. That is where the Trump campaign is going to go with this. They started down this road with an ad they released today. But this conversation about who you're actually casting your vote for,
This is awful.
the volume is
Makes me
going to
sad.
ratchet up. And I got news for you. She's less popular than he is. That is going to be a big problem for the Democrats.
Guys, whatever you do, don't look at my muscles. Don't look at my muscles, guys. Hold on.
Democratic friend who
Don't look, guys. Don't look.
That's the sentiment you're going to hear, I think, from
Don't look.
Democratic friends who are texting.
If you're gay, don't look.
I can't believe this is where we are, right?
Yeah.
I don't forgive. I can't. I'm not going to be able to forgive the party for.
Only right. What are they called? Red-pilled grifters or whatever. I don't know.
Time thinking about this throughout the debate because, we in the media, I sit in the chair and I fact check Trump all the time, so I know these lies by heart at this point. But people watching from home do not. And
Real.
Biden's job as the other person on the other side of the stage is to
Did the hunger bar go down from the start of the stream?
dispense with the lies.
I swear it was at like full.
I don't think that happened enough times in a coherent way to blunt.
How much time's left? This is boring.
Was taking a universe that was built on a house of lies.
Wow.
And building a whole world for the millions of people watching.
Particularly on some of the most basic subject matters that President Biden should have been able to just.
That world that he was able to build, it was not knocked down by the president. That is really at the heart of the problem. He may have won when he was making his discrete policy points, but part of the job on the debate
There's no
stage
Subway
is
Surfers to
dealing
watch.
with
I don't think I can
an
really watch this.
opponent like Donald Trump, who goes like a mile a minute on things that are not true.
Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of these.
I'm not sure, Abby.
I don't know if
But
no one at home is doing that.
All I
No
want
one
to
at
say
home
is,
doing that.
I'm not sure. I don't think you're giving viewers enough credit. I think what they saw was the Trump that
Get
they
outta
didn't
here.
like. And I don't think he did himself a great service tonight.
But
Yes, and I also think we should let voters absorb this and see what they say, right? Let's look.
True.
Let's look at.
I'm a voter.
Look at where they are next
I
week.
lied,
We
sorry.
Make our pronouncements, but ultimately voters have to absorb
They're
it.
going to turn
Let's
your
see what
mics
they
off,
say.
guys.
Real
You're gonna
quickly,
turn your mics off.
on the one thing that that Biden did fact check him on the Charlottesville thing, he was completely wrong. Right, so he's up there talking about Charlottesville and Trump not denouncing the two sides, and Snopes was out last week, 7 months, 7 years too late, kind of thing on the deal, and that's the thing Joe Biden's going to fact check him on, something that was proven false.
Just wait, Loki.
With the panel out here. A lot of notable moments, painful moments from tonight, but as we've been talking about, perhaps a single defining one as well, this one early on.
Okay. Here, hold on. Is it just over? Is this whole thing just over? All right. Well, looks like that's done for. No more of that. Hold on. No, don't look at everything. You guys aren't supposed to be able to see this. This is why I keep hidden. I keep this stuff hidden so you guys don't freak out. No. No. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. This is the kind of stuff I keep hidden. You guys don't need to see this. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let's get everything situated. Now, we got some stragglers in here. You know the best way to get rid of stragglers in streams, right? It's by playing a game. That's all I can really think of. Here, Loki, you can be a moderator. Hold on. Did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Did I make you a moderator yet? Uh-oh. The game I wanted to play, it's not responding. It's not making any noise either. I think we're done for. Oh. Hi. Hi, Counter-Strike. Heck yes! Alright. So, sad day. Very sad. You guys don't know this, but for long-time Champ Lobby fans, my USPS, I have my ticket to hell, okay? I still have my ticket to hell. This one. But sad day, I sold my whoa. My other one. It wasn't really name tagged yet. I wanted to, but I can see that it says USB tactical, but I put a sticker that said wonderful on right here, and it said wonderful silence. And I think that I probably shouldn't have sold it. Terrible, terrible mistake, because turns out the website I used, I can't really cash out and add the money to my bank account unless I have a minimum of $75 in balance on that website. So I guess, just screw me. So, and it's whatever though. I'll live, I'll survive. Or I could just make a Bitcoin account or an Ethereum or whatever the fuck it was. Yay. Everybody loves Bitcoin and shit. All right. So we're going to be playing some Wingman. I don't want to play Premiere. I'd rather die. Yeah, let's play some Wingman. Actually, no, let's play competitive. I don't know which one of the maps is. Oh, fuck. Is theyre I don't know. We'll find out. If I'm being completely honest, I don't like Dust 2. I don't want to play on Dust 2. I love cryptocurrency too. The way that they it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, I couldn't really even think of anything to say for them. Cryptocurrency, my lifeblood. I live on that shit. Alright. Dude, I had a whole bowl, a big bowl of mashed potatoes earlier. It was good. Okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Make this a little bigger.
Let's roll.
Make that a little bit bigger. Today's been a wonderful day. I hope everybody's having a good day. Everybody that's ever existed, I hope you have a good day. Oh, I'm in a game. Oh, can't hear anything.
Let's go, fellas.
This is going to be an interesting game.
We're in the clear, lads.
Alright. If any of my teammates says anything mean to me at all, I'm gonna get angry.
Let's move out.
Alright, yeah, fuck that, I guess. Alright, guys, lock in. Alright, you got this, Bean Water. I believe him. Oh, we won. Okay, well, that was easy. That was incredibly easy. Alright, guys, let's lock in. Oh, rare animation, first try. Now we gotta get a one-tap headshot. Yeah, that could have been it, but... Got him. Oh, I got another guy, too, apparently. Apparently. Give me a gun. Give me a gun. Okay, good. That's good. That's even better. Yippee! I'm over. Alright. You know what? I've got an amazing idea. We rush. There's not even B. We rush wherever the hell this is. Don't rush like that. You're gonna die. Move! I think this is a blowout match. Picking up that. I think we won. How did that happen? We had the lead and everything. All right, well, I got buying money, or I got spending money this round. I got money to fuck around with. I'm not gonna ask if anybody needs a buy. Fuck them. I bean water. Yeah, we're not doing that again. Oh, that guy's hopping. Good shit. Got his ass. Fuck, I wanted that AK. Oh, I want that actually. What skin is this? Oh, that's ugly. Never mind. Give me that back. Oh, shit. Well. Alright. He's down the hall. Get his ass. Heck yes! I'm going 2, 2, and 4. See, this is the kind of matches that make me really happy with my life. Let's op and shit. Let's op. Let us do a crazy little... I watched him look at that. I watched him look. Let's do a crazy strategy. It involves sniping. Let me in. Fuck. Alright, watch this, guys. We're gonna do a crazy strategy called shooting at enemies. Yep. Yep, maybe. I don't know. Love you.
Damn! Damn!
Go.
Sir, you cannot.
Let's try, homie. Shut up, Green.
Okay.
Oh my god, is that the real some guy, yo?
Are we rushing in?
Fucking who?
What are we doing? Sneaky
Oh my
peeking
god!
here?
We got this. I like how my teammates are being all supportive of me. That was extremely nice. I need a weapon. I wish this was a max and heat with 4 times reason. Give me something. Give me a gun. Give me any gun. Any gun other than this. Any gun other than this. Any gun other than this. Any gun other... Okay, well. That's awkward! Alright. Now let's see. Dude, I would have domed my teammate right in the head if I... Dude. I almost was about to dome that guy too. Dude. Can I have a kill, please? Oh, I could have kick flipped. Dang it. Well. Hey, it's okay. Hey, everybody, look at my ping.
Huh?
You know, they always smoke that part, and then they immediately die. Maybe they need to change up their tactics. That was for sure a strategy. I can't say that was a good one, but... One more shot, and then I'm gonna peek. This guy keeps buying a Desert Eagle. He needs to quit. Why did he do that?
Come on, jump.
Abraham's always been here since the start of the stream. People are gonna start getting cocky with their plays. That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm gonna fucking get that guy. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'm gonna get him. Who even was it? Dead for... whatever. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here, guys?
Yes. Shut up, bitch.
I wasn't even mad, I was just confused. What a flash. I'm gonna fucking snipe my teammate in the head if somebody walks that way. Watch this flick. This flick's about to be... This flick's gonna be crazy. You guys ain't ready for this. Please don't extinguish that fire. What a game. 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 You know what? I can't usually choose between the M4.
Buy me.
No.
Buy me.
Fine. Let's go. You better suck my dick too.
Monkey dad.
Better not start losing now. I will cry. Ah. You know, I wanted to buy a skin like this on SkinFlow, but you know. I'm not gonna complain.
Move it, son.
Does almost everybody in the game have an op? Or at least on my team?
Long! He's long yellow! Go get him!
No!
Hey!
Yellow. Good try, man.
Don't lie to me. Don't say good try when I did fucking awful. Don't lie to me like that. You're
I
mean.
didn't see it. It's okay.
Thanks.
I saw all of it. Your ass.
See, that's what I need to get better.
Yeah, I'm ass too, buddy. Just say it back to me, please.
Your ass.
I'm gonna kill 10 people this round.
Tell this to Green, he's not killing shit.
Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes.
Boost on me.
No.
Never mind.
See you? Shut up, bitch.
No!
Give me that Glock 18. Never mind. I'm just kidding. Oh, got them bitch asses. Give me that USP. Give me that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Guys, we did good that round.
Thank you. I tried.
Man, I freaking love video games. This is awesome. Hell yeah. The debate reaction video is gonna go crazy. There was a lot of amazing moments. Boost on me.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna get so many kills. Watch this.
Fair play, sir.
Okay. That was awesome. Sorry. Alright. That guy just bought like so many grenades, dude. My eyes are dehydrated. What? Did y'all see my bullets? What the frick? That was dumb. My bullets were going up. I wasn't even spraying. I was tapping. It's fucked up. Sad life we live. Burp. I got a clip to show you guys in a second. I'm gonna show stream this clip I hit. Good shit. All right, we got 2 more games and then we win. If we manage to lose somehow, I will cry. After this game, I'm probably gonna stop streaming too.
Chill, bro.
You got that low-income housing microphone.
What I say?
Shut up before I slap you with a can of beans.
That's fucked up, man.
Okay.
Now this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. Watch this, guys. That was horrid. Now that was horrid. Hold on. All right, guys. We got this. I'm in the stream actually now. Frick this.
Again? Can I buy you some?
Why, thank you.
They got blue,
I'll,
purple, and
I'll-
yellow.
I'll take a yellow, please.
Okay, you got it, bud.
Watch this. That was fucked up.
Friends.
It's on you, bud.